the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming. Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then... The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several plan Bs in case the A's fail. Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional. Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do. Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host. There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micro-magnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts. Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto-dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation... I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly. Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried. Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so. The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either. Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you? Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
There we go. Stats have been maxed. Fantastic. Now... Yep, I'm just gonna go with Action Girl. Get some more action points. How many do I even have? 116, dang. Woo! I can't power anything up. That level up was pointless. Yeah, then around the room, there's just a bunch of miscellaneous loot that I will be certainly picking up. And in these back rooms, like a bunch of storage stuff. Give me all your stuff. He doesn't need it. Brain in a jar. He doesn't need Nuka-Cola. I, however, have a mouth. Well, I can very much enjoy the Nuka-Cola. Much more than he can. Yeah, you can choose to kill him. I never do, because it just completely ignores his character, and I love his character. He's great. Because the entire DLC, he just seems to be a very kind of bumbling antagonist. And then at this moment you finally learn why, because he's not actually evil. He's not actually a bad guy. He's doing what he believes is best for the wasteland and for the rest of America and the world. Even though I feel like if you put the think tank into human bodies and then they left back to like the Mojave or something, they'd just die in like 8 seconds. I don't really see what trouble they could get up to. Because you're certainly not going to see them convince anybody of anything. Alright, that's this room looted. And here's my brain! Hello, brain. What's up? Oh yeah, Dr. Mobius glove. Glove? Glove. I do so love gloves. I wear them on my hands all the time. And there's some drugs around here. Scientist scrubs. What are the Mobius scrubs? I know those are a thing. Pack of cigarettes. Bunch of stuff. Large quantity of stuff. One of these rooms is just full of mentats. There it is. Hold on, I'm curious as to how many mentats are in this room. Let's see. I'm at 3. By the end of this room, I will not have 3. I will have a lot more than 3. Ooh, there's also like toasters and stuff. Good. Enjoy finding toasters. Let's see. Right, that's all that. And he's even got a picture of all of them before they became the robot people. I'm curious as to whether, you know, Big Mountain had the 2 domes before, or whether Mobius, like, made the second dome. Oh yeah, how many mentats do I have now? 47, so there were 44 of them in that room. Nice. Right, turpentine. Oh yeah, leather belts also become valuable enough to consider taking. Paint guns, however, don't, so I don't know why I keep taking them. I'm gonna drop off all my paint guns, because I think I have like 3 of them on me. Same with conductors. Oh no, I've got 2. Okay. That is still 2 more than I would like to have on me. I forgot just how much experience they shovel onto you in this DLC. It is quite ridiculous. Because for killing a thing and coming into this room, I got almost 10,000. And then for talking to a dude, I got almost 10,000. Hey there, the scrubs. My questions have been answered.
Well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get. Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you? Well, that's a completely different matter. The tank isn't biological. It's not the same at all.